Nice to meet you, Joe.
And he follows, just to be patient and to follow his instruction, because time doesn't work in the same way that it works for God. Like, so let's be honest here. And I thought about this morning, is time for us is fleeting, right? Since look, watch what I'm about to say. Since the beginning of time, time is always involved in what we do, how we act, what we say. It's all depending on time because of what happened in the very beginning of the Garden of Eden. That's when Adam and Eve both ate the fruit. That's when time started. Time doesn't exist for God, and sometimes we forget to have patience and to listen to him because we need everything to go, which is fair because we have a limited amount of time on this earth. But because time doesn't exist to God and exists to us, there's this barrier, and that's where patience comes in. And with patience, we have to have the ability to rely on God and not time, but it's difficult for us to do because time is one of the most valuable things that exists to us. It probably is the most valuable. Because once it's gone, it's done. You can't get it back. You can't add more. You can't add more. You can't get it back. It's not like, oh, I lost $10. I lost 10 minutes. I'll get 10 minutes back. No, it's gone.
Yeah.
You get older. So I learned to listen to him, and it's paid off. So next week, hopefully I'll come back and learn something else. But that's what I learned this week. And yeah.
That's what's up. You just solidified something into perspective for me. And you're right. I think our time is the most valuable as earthbound, if you will, like as earthlings. I think time is the most valuable. Like our goal is to stay here as long as possible, but really that's not God's goal. I think so. It's funny because we just think that once we leave the earth, like it's bad, but God just knows everything. So that's probably why time isn't really a thing to him, because it's like everything that we know is based on the earth. Like oxygen is so valuable to me because a lack of oxygen is going to lead to me dying. So it's like really interesting, but that's a whole other conversation. I am laughing because the way that so first of all, I just have to say, you almost lost me there, but you brought it back, and
I'm getting better at that, man.
You brought it back.
I'm getting better,
Brother James.
I'm getting better. Sometimes I'll lose people, probably in conversation.
No, you brought it back.
My whole life, that's probably how it's been, guys. So.
You brought it back. I'm proud of you. I'm in your corner. Okay.
People probably like, I don't know what James is talking about, but I get it.
Yeah, but the goal is to stay there long enough to get it, and I did. Okay. I was there, and it landed well, so I appreciate
I'm working on it.
So listen, and it's ironic that it was about patience, because I was thinking to myself, okay, just see it out, and it was good. It was really good. So shout out to you. So okay, here's what how I applied the word this week. Okay, this is wild. So a few years ago, when we used to commute every day to work. We would listen to the Erica Campbell morning show, right? I forget what the name of it is. I think it's like Wake Up, or I don't know. Anyway, Erica Campbell has a bomb radio show. I believe it's still in the air on 104.1. Yeah, we used to. And she made a comment. Yep. She had made a comment or a statement one time that was like, she's going to stop saying, or she doesn't like to say, I can't believe it when she gets good news, because why can't you believe it? That's what God promises you, right? Like if you're saying I can't believe it, you're kind of negating the promises of God. You're negating the whole purpose of being faithful, right? And I was like, that always stuck to me, but this particular week it kind of like hit home, because it's like when you pray for something and then you get it and then you turn around and say I can't believe it. It could be anything. It could be an award. It could be like acceptance into a school. It could be a new job. It could be a lump sum of money. I mean, you shouldn't pray for money, but you know what I'm saying. It could be anything, and when you get it, if you say, I can't believe it, and it's like, well, what were you praying for? I'm sorry, you can't believe you was going to get it. So that kind of hit home to me, and it reminds me of Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not evil, to give you an expected end. I don't even know what version that is, because this is out of this Mornings with God book that I got from the grocery store. But I've written that in my memory verse before, and it's like, I know the thoughts I think of you, like I have good in store for you, right? I'm not trying to play in your face. This is God. Right, I'm not trying to promise you things or put desires in your heart that are impossible. Like I put those there because this is your purpose, and when you fulfill them, you'll feel enjoyment. And so it's like interesting to me how it's so much easier to. It's Jeremiah 29:11. It's so much easier to kind of like think in a negative way. So this week, the way that I applied the word was just believing God. I've said this before in the last couple of weeks about Elijah. Like I want to model my faith after Elijah's faith. Like, not just his. There's other people who had great faith as well. But Elijah really stuck out to me because it was like, okay, he really about to test this thing.